Hey guys, and welcome back to the Royalty Robinsons. So today I am coming at you with a really good video about how to get, this is hot ways to get divine love with your husband. So the first hot way that I think is the very most important one up on the list is let him dominate you. So let your husband dominate you regularly. I put the word regularly in there because I want to emphasize that you want to be letting him dominate you in the bed, outside of the bed, like whenever, it's just you guys or whenever his friends are over, anytime, any place. Anytime, in any place, I don't care who's around. All right, you know that Janet Jackson song? Okay, so we have to be letting our husbands dominate us regularly, wherever we are, whenever we are, whatever he say, we down. Like that is a must. So make sure that you guys are being the most submissive wife that you can possibly be every day. Make sure you're finding new ways, new ventures, new avenues to be more submissive to your husband, because all that does is just make him appreciate you more, love you more, adore you more, not want to cheat on you more, things like that. So we have to be consciously doing these things every day. Moving on to number 2, sex with him on demand. So number 2 is sex with your husband on demand. Sex with him on demand. I say that because you want to make sure that you are available to your husband for sex every day, like all the time. So if your husband, for example, wants to have oral pleasure from you, and you've had a long day with the kids are sleeping or whatever, you're just like kaput, you're like, I'm tired, I'm ready to go to sleep. But, Big Daddy's like, no, hey, can you come give me, some head or whatever. You want to make sure that you are giving yourself adequate amount of time to rest throughout the day. So that way, whenever your husband comes home from work, you're not just tired like that. So you want to, like, for example, right now, my baby boy is taking a nap. So I decided to come in here and get a video done. I'm also allowing myself to rest because for example, this timer going on at the bottom of my phone, that's because I'm cooking some pot roast on the stove right now. So I'm doing different things at once. So I have, not only is I have my baby down for a nap, I'm doing a video, plus I also have some pot roast cooking on the stove right now. And so this is my timer I have the bottom of the phone. But I'm saying that to say you want to make sure that you are giving yourself adequate amount of time to rest up before your husband comes home from work. So that way, whenever it's time to have sex, whenever it's time to, for you to give him head, whenever it's time to give him a ball massage, whenever it's time for him to give you oral sex or whatever like that, whenever that time comes, you are rested up enough to do that. Okay, so sex on demand for number 2. Number 3 is going to be listen to him whenever he's venting. So you want to listen to your husband whenever he's venting, and you do not want to be interruptive. You want to make sure that you're being very informative of things you're saying back to him, like making sure that whenever he's venting, you're allowing him to understand that you're listening. So don't be like on your phone whenever your husband's venting to you. Don't say things like, oh, I told you so, or don't like look over, his shoulder or something like that. You want to make sure that you are making eye contact. You are listening. You're frequently making feedback whenever you need to at appropriate times. So only give feedback whenever you feel like it's necessary. Okay, so like if there's a blank space and then your husband is done venting, so that now you can give feedback. You never want to interrupt your husband because you want your husband to know that his time is valued. It's very important to let your husband know your time is valued. And this is the bonus one right here. So I didn't even put this down, but it's like, look at God. So boom, make sure that your husband knows that his time is valued. Okay, this is the bonus right here. Because when your husband knows his time is valued, he's going to want to come home. He's going to want to stay with you instead of being with the boys. And I guess every now and then he may go over to the boys to watch a football game. But the thing is, whenever he comes home, he's going to be wanting for you to come in the room, watch TV with him. He's going to be wanting for you to come in there and have a sexy time. All right, so you do want to make sure your husband knows his time is valued, his time is valuable to you. And so with that, we're going to move on to number 4. Do not overtalk him. So don't overtalk him. So that kind of ties in with number 3, but I feel like this is just such a major thing that it's like whenever a man is speaking, it doesn't even have to be about him venting. Whenever a man is speaking in general, you never want to overspeak or overtalk your husband ever. And I would say with any man, really, you never want to overspeak or overtalk any man in the room. You want to make sure that you are just being that feminine, submissive, soft energy. And I feel like as a Black woman, we have to get back into that soft girl energy instead of wanting to be like this hard girl, because a lot of men want a soft, feminine girl. You know, they want to feel that touch. They want to feel like you're just submissive, like you just melt under their touch. Like whenever y'all are having sex, whenever y'all are fucking, like it's just like you melt under his skin. And that's whenever you know you have reached divine love. You know, so whenever like you're having sex and it's like the whole world just stops and it's just whenever it's you two, you know, it's like almost like your climax at the same time. It's like whenever you come in, he's nutting. It's just like, whoa, it's like a big explosion all at once and a big wave of love. And I feel like that's all what divine love is having a big wave of love at your husband. Having that sexy time, having that also divine love, even whenever it's not during sex. Divine love can be just during a conversation, you know, the conversation flowing, never having a dull moment. Like me and my husband, we never have a dull moment. Ever. Like, if I say ever, I mean ever in capital letters, EVER. Capital letters, we never have ever had a dull moment. And I feel like that's whenever marriages really, really flourish and thrive, is whenever you guys have fun with each other. And it's like you don't even have to try hard. It's like things happen because y'all are so in love with each other. And that's what divine love gets you. Is a beautiful comfortableness that you always want to have. So moving on to number 5. Give him time to himself. Don't be overly clingy. So the reason why I say do not be overly clingy, okay, you don't want to be overly clingy to your husband, because this can cause your husband to want to leave the house more. That's complete opposite what we don't want, right? So you only want to come around your husband a lot whenever he wants you to come around him. Like if he says, babe, hey, can you come in the room for a second? Hey, I have to show you something. Then get up and come in the room and be very in the moment, be very present. Make sure you are showing him that you're attentive, you're listening, own the room, you know, do all those things whenever he wants you, whenever he has made it very clear that he wants you to bring your presence into the room. Okay, but do not overstay. You're welcome to, like, for example, if your husband has like a long day at work, or he has to do a business thing at home that day. Whenever that is happening, you want to make sure that you're giving your husband adequate amount of time to have like peace and solitude and time to himself. Not only that, whenever a man comes home from work, you know, you want to also give him attention, but also make sure that whenever he goes home from work, he doesn't have you all in his face, talking his ear off. You know, let him have space and time to come in the house, relax, chill, calm down, go in the room, take his shoes off, you know, whatever, take his pants off or whatever, and just get in a chill mode, you know, play the video game or whatever he wants to do. You know, whatever your husband does that gets him relaxed, let him do that. Then whenever he's done with that, obviously he's going to want you to come in the room. He's going to want your presence. And that's the beautiful thing about it. You're not overdoing it, but you're there whenever he, like, boom, baby. Okay. And I know some people, I think it's a misconception for people to say don't be available. I think that's only whenever you're in the dating phase. You know, some people say, don't be overly available to so-and-so. I think that whenever that is your husband, especially if you're a submissive wife, especially if you are a submissive wife, you definitely want to make sure that you are on your stuff, make sure that you are allowing him to reach you whenever you can. Make sure you're available to him. Obviously, do not overdo it. That's why I say do not be overly clingy. Make sure that you are using wisdom when it comes to that. Be smart. Be smart. Be smart. Use discernment. Make sure that whenever you are going to divine love, that you are coming from a place of self-love. You're coming from a place of a way that you want to be loved. So nobody, I feel like, wants to be overly loved. I think that too much of anything is not good. So whenever you get to that place, just step back for a moment. Whenever you do that, have a task to do, have a YouTube channel, get a YouTube video up, whatever you do to have that gives you an activity to do, so that where your whole entire focus is not solely on your husband, but whenever he needs you, you're there. Okay, you want to be his backbone. So yes, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. I think that I touched on everything I wanted to touch on. These are just 5 hot, spicy tips. So I will dive deeper into, I actually have one right here that I'm going to be doing on my next video. And it's going to be how to have like amazing sex with your husband, along those lines. I haven't titled it yet, but you guys stay tuned for that video. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And make sure that you're telling everybody to subscribe to this channel. We want to grow this platform, grow these videos, so that way more people can have and see true Black love. So in that, I'm going to go ahead and end the video. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And stay tuned for more videos, lovelies. Bye, bye, bye.